Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. If you can believe it, I'm remaking this video because as soon as I finished it, they came out with new details. That now 3 people are killed plus the shooter, so 4 dead. But anyway, before they even gave that detail, this was a very obvious hoax. It has all the signatures of the Zionists and Freemasons, which we're going to get into. I have to tell you though, Truth Seeker, I'm getting exhausted reporting all these hoaxes. We got to do something, man. It's just too much. Like, I wish right now we were together and we could just all travel to Chattanooga and spread the word. Because, watch, this story's going to build. They're going to build this into a bigger hoax. Oh, goodness. We need to stop them in their tracks. These Zionist Masons are some sick bastards. So they wanted to put this in, the marks here, horrific incident. And they like to code that because the numbers are important. Horrific has the gematria of 59. Remember, in Jewish gematria, the word kill equals 59. Incident has 42 gematria, which also syncs up with Chattanooga, the location of the shooting. Another number often coded in hoaxes. Very important number. The word Freemason in Pythagorean gematria is 42. It'll be interesting to see who they say the killer is. Right now, that detail is not out. But if you read the story, originally they just said one officer is down. This is the initial reporting right here, and now they're saying 3 were killed plus the shooter, but initially it was just 1. Since then, the details have changed to 3 and 4. Anyway, they said the shooting was all over at 1:15 p.m., a number that they love to code oh so much. Freemasons, the plural, has a gematria of 115. And killing in Jewish gematria also has this same number, 115. It was a Marine office they shot up. Marine. The only branch of the military with 33 gematria is Marine. Marine has the same gematria as police. The police are involved in all these hoaxes. They said a police officer was shot as well. I also want to point out that the word military, it's not written up here, but military has a Pythagorean gematria of 44. The kill number in simple English. Military equals 44, kill equals 44. And if anybody's in Florida, please stop by and punch Andy Burke in the face. I'm tired of these lying Zionist losers promoting their propaganda on Twitter. I hate how the mainstream has legitimized this. News breaking on Twitter. Talk about an easy way to push out propaganda. Remember the way the Philadelphia train crash news broke? With the congressman who stopped helping people to make a tweet that the train had crashed? What a joke. What a joke. But all the media keeps showing is this bullet riddled glass. I mean, talk about an easy hoax to stage. Very easy. Supposedly, he killed 3 people by just firing these shots through here, all in the lower part of the glass. Surprised it didn't take off people's legs like the Boston Marathon bombing hoax. The witnesses in this, though, just the names. April Grimmett. I mean, does anybody even really have that name? They just always have to come up with these names that sound far-fetched. Gina Mule. The last shooting hoax, they used the name Mule, too. I mean, think about what a mule is. Oh, this stuff's pathetic. But the real reason Chattanooga was chosen was for its simple English gematria. 105. A very special number to the Zionists. Notice that Zionism sums to 105. Masonry sums to 105. As I've been asserting since the very beginning of this video blog, it is the Zionist, Freemason Jews who run our media, who run a whole lot more than that, and who are behind all of these shooting hoaxes, coding them over and over with the same numbers. And True Seeker, if you're not aware, April 15th, tax day, that's the 105th day of the year. Think about what we all do on April 15th. We bend over for the Zionists, and we pay our money to this filthy banker system. All of us who work 3 months to 4 months out of the year, if we pay our taxes, all of the production from our work goes to the government. And we sit here and we take this year after year. Yours truly doesn't pay his taxes as he should. Fuck you, IRS, if you're watching. Fuck all of you. Send an agent to my house. I would love to see it. No, none of you should pay your taxes. You're afraid of fines, going to jail. That's what you need to do. Don't be afraid of those things. Those are the consequences of standing up. If we all do it, there's nothing they can do about it. They can't imprison us. They can't all come to our homes. We need to recognize what kind of nation we live in. This is where our tax dollars go to. Hoaxes. You know what else happened on the 105th day of the year? The Titanic sunk, and a gigantic insurance fraud scam. What else happened on that day? Lincoln was shot by an actor in a theater. Ha ha! Big joke. People think the Civil War is about slavery. No, that was a banker's war. That was the federal banker government making sure it wanted all of its slaves under its order so they can collect all their revenue through their slave labor. People don't get it. The reason they've dumbed us all down to the sheepish level we are is because this is the perfect level of idiocy to manipulate as they do. Think about all the proud Americans, proud of their bullshit propaganda upbringing, proud of all the nonsense, proud of getting fucked in the ass, paying their taxes, loving it. They love getting fucked by the Zionists. That's what all the mainstream sheep are about. Shouting down truth tellers, loving the Zionist ass ramming on the daily. The news anchor that CNN sent out for this hoax even has the 33 name. I've been talking about this since the beginning of the video blog. For the 33 shooting hoaxes, CNN and the major networks almost always send out their 33 anchors. Victor Blackwell. Supposedly this guy's only 34 or 35 years old, but he looks a whole hell of a lot older than that. We'll see him on the TV in just a second. There he is. Is this guy supposedly 34 or 35? He's the oldest 34 or 35-year-old I've ever seen. And the reason why is because all these news anchors are actors too with fake names. 3-3. See how they got to put it on the screen? And they go on air at 114. The flip of that number, 411, is assassin. JFK was once shot from 411 Elm Street. 44th term president. That word kill equals 44. The name John F. Kennedy sums to 59. In Jewish gematria, kill equals 59. I'm telling you, True Seeker, our whole history coded by the same numbers. These Zionists are pathetic.
Nora Moss, who was with the mayor's office, with the city of Chattanooga, the communication coordinator there, tells us that there are now confirmed 4 dead, including the shooter here. And those deceased were killed at the Naval Marine Reserve Center. Also 3 wounded, 1 critical, 1 police officer, although we do not know the condition of that police officer at this time, and 1 person treated and released. So 4 dead, including the shooter, and 3 wounded. We do not know where the 3 who were wounded, where they were shot, but this now is an investigation that has obviously expanded because multiple deaths here. Let me give you a look, Pamela, as things have kind of ramped up here a bit. We've got more officers from the Chattanooga Police Department, also the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office. Steve, if you could zoom in here over to the Italian restaurant over here, where we see that the officers have kind of taken up and made this their workspace, where they're speaking with both witnesses who we have seen get into their cars and drive off. And this has now been their, I guess, makeshift command post at this location as they try to figure out exactly what happened. You know, there was just before the break a person you spoke with on the phone who talked about the hair salon. Well, Steve, pan just a bit right here, and you see the Foil Salon right next door. That's the location from which she saw all of what happened and heard the commotion here that started just before 11 o'clock, we're told, at one of these 2 locations this morning. But again, Pamela, as I toss it back to you, the breaking news update here: 4 dead, including the shooter. Those killed at the Naval Marine Reserve Center. That's at an Amnicola location a few miles from here. 3 wounded. We don't know where they were wounded. 1 of them in critical condition. a police officer with Chattanooga who we don't know his or her condition at this time, and one person treated and released. That from the communications coordinator with the city of Chattanooga.
Thanks, Victor Blackwell. We appreciate your lies. Let's watch another mainstream reporting. And I love how they have the crisis actresses here. One of them even in a Patriots shirt. Remember, the Patriots with Tom Brady are 4-2 in Super Bowls, and 42 is a number coded on this shooting because 42 has that gematria, like Freemason. And of course, whenever we talk about the military, we start getting patriotic, right? Here we go.
Right. We heard a loud pop, and so the owner of the salon and I went to the window to see what was going on. And when we got to the window to see what was going on, we saw the silver convertible Mustang, and he was just unloading some type of large rifle. Lanisha is my client, and she was sitting in the car waiting to come in for her appointment, so she saw everything and heard everything also.
What was your reaction, Lanisha? It must have been terrifying.
Initially, I saw her come into the door, and I was telling her to go back, and I just pulled off, trying not to, because I knew he had saw me, and I didn't want to get hit, so I pulled off, and then I tried to go around back where I saw some people escaping from the back of the building to see if, she would be coming out through the back.
What was the scene like?
It was a regular day. I mean, he just pulled up, and I didn't think anything of it. He had his drop top, and he looked to the side, and next thing you know, he lifted up his arms like this with a big black gun, and it was one shot, and then it was just endless shots, one after another, just unloading into the Army.
What was the scene like inside your salon?
Just crazy. Once we realized what was going on, we were like, call 911 and get to the back of the building. I mean, that was the only thing that we thought of. And just right now, we're just thanking God that we're safe, that all of us are safe, that it could have been us at any moment. So we're just thankful right now.
Maybe as a nation, because of this shooting incident, we can make the logical move of shutting down all military recruiting offices, because clearly they are targets for bad activity. And True Seeker, they always have been. Let me take you back to when I was in high school. Let me take you back to the year 2000, before September 11th even happened. I remember the summer before my senior year, the end of that school year, my junior year, through the summer break, every day coming home. This is before cell phones were popular and we still had landlines and voicemail machines. Every day I'd come home and the voicemail machine would have so many messages on it. You'd have to listen to them, fast forward, delete. Every day for the later part of my junior year through the beginning of summer, at least 5 messages a day from all the military recruiting offices trying to get me to come in, trying to get me to come in, trying to get me to come in. And I already knew, I was a pretty knowledgeable kid growing up. I knew that the nation was a joke. I knew I'd never have anything to do with the military. I knew our nation was all about harassing poor brown people around the world. I didn't know how big of a hoax we lived in, but I knew that joining the military was joining the injustice machine. And anybody who thinks differently, it's because they're brainwashed and ruled by propaganda. There's no excuse to join the U.S. military. You're joining the fascist army. You're joining the corporate army. You're joining the Zionist army. It's just sick. And think about what they do. Recruit young people who don't know shit about the world. And why don't they know shit? Because they've gone to an education system that fills their brains with nonsense. You learn about dinosaurs, which are bullshit. You learn about Christopher Columbus, the guy who apparently didn't know how to sail the ocean and landed in America by accident. It's all a joke. Mr. CC 33, who named the people Indian. Indian equals 33. We celebrate his holiday in October, the only month with 33 gematria. Think about what kind of nation we are. We celebrate a man who wrote in his journals about how easy it was to rape the native women over here, how easy it was to kill the natives because they didn't even fight back. But he brought that good book, the Bible, right? Oh man, True Seeker. Everybody in America's hopped up on the wrong shit. The wrong religion. The wrong everything. Just this nation's all ass backwards. But anyway, back then when they were trying to recruit me in one of these offices, You know what they told me, Truth Seeker? They told me it was the perfect time to join the military because there'd never be another war in my lifetime. I had 2 guys in that office telling me that. And I laughed at him. I said, dude, I know my history. That's all this nation does is go to war. And look, had I joined, as soon as I graduated from high school, you know where I would have been? Afghanistan, Iraq, because September 11th happened 2 months after I graduated. Lying scum, fucking retards in that military office. You won't find anything else. Makes me sick. And so do these shooting hoaxes. This is why we who are awake need to band together, Truth Seeker, now and not later. This nation just gets sicker by the day. They can't give us enough hoaxes. It's just pathetic. So pathetic. And somehow people are still sleeping. I think we covered it all, Truth Seeker. When they put out the shooter's name, I expected to be 33. All right, until next time.